Hey you guys, it's your girl Kamika and welcome back to the Love Makeba channel. Today we are doing beta number 8. Yes, beta number 8. Now I know I'm going to go ahead and say it already. I do apologize that I have been away for a couple of days, but like I told you guys in the beginning, I'm in the middle of taking coursework, and so I needed a little bit of time to finish my final project, and I am happy to say that I got it done early. So your girl has a few days to get on track, and so therefore here I is here I is. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. So today I received a question. I didn't receive today, but today we're going over a question, right? And the question was, Kamika, how do I keep my hair from being dry and breaking when I take my braids down? I seem to lose a lot of hair when I take my braids down. And I know protective styling is important, but I want to, I don't want to lose, what did she say? I don't want to lose hair when I take my braids down, right? And so I think this is a really simple one. So we're, of course, not going to be here all that long. But I think I've also gone over this as well. And so since I have many twists in, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I moisturize my hair. But the key to keeping your hair from being dry and breaking when you have it in a protective style is to continue to hydrate it and moisturize it just as you would if you were wearing your hair down or loose. You have to keep your hair moisturized because regardless of what style your hair is in, the nature of your hair doesn't change. So it's still going to begin to dehydrate every 3 to 4 days or so. So unless you have really taken the time to build up a very high moisture balance in your hair, and that's a VEDA for a future day, unless you have done that, you need to make sure that you are regularly hydrating and moisturizing your hair every 3 to 4 days, even with the braids, the mini twists, the cornrows, the weaves, and the wigs in. So that's key. Don't neglect your hair because it's in a protective style. Because remember what I said before, a protective style is just to protect your hair from you. So don't get crazy on it. All right. So I'm going to show you very quickly how I moisturize my hair. And you can do the same at home. It's very quick. It's very simple. It does not require a lot. And it also gives me a chance to explain the differences between two products because I've been getting those questions as well. So there's only two things that you need to keep your hair hydrated and moisturized. The first one is a hydrator. I'm going to be using Hope Renewed because I'm on a growth journey. And the second one is a moisturizer or a sealant. As I explained to you guys before, oil is a moisturizer in that it is spreadable, can be converted to a gas, and is liquid. But water-based products are hydrators, so you want to hydrate and moisturize. A lot of times the words are used interchangeably, but those of you that are over here at Makeba are a little more informed and educated, and you know the difference, even when people are using the words in the same capacity. So we're going to use a water-based hydrator, which is the Hope Renewed because I'm on a growth journey, and the Heal and Grow as well to support that growth journey. And so if you were not on a growth journey and you were looking to just keep your hair hydrated and your hair doesn't have any growth issues, you don't have any weakness, you don't have any kind of strand defects and things like that, then I would suggest that you use our Pure Moisture, which is a water-based pH restoring leave-in conditioner. All right, people. Right, I'm popular today, y'all. Use our Pure Moisture, which is a water-based pH restoring leave-in conditioner, and then follow that up with a bit of Heal and Grow, and you're going to have hair that stays hydrated and moisturized while you have your protective style in, and it's also going to be a blessing to your scalp because it's going to keep your scalp pH balanced, and because it's light and liquid, you're not going to get a lot of buildup that you would get from other conditioning agents, and that would be the same with the Hope Renewed. So very quickly, I just go in and I spray directly on my scalp. I want to keep my scalp hydrated first. Then I want to hydrate the length of my strands. So I get in there and get it directly on my scalp. Make sure you get those edges. Rub those edges in a little bit. And like I said, and if you want, you can now go to length of the hair as well if you like, but you don't necessarily have to. And you can also get on those ends because you want to make sure your ends stay moisturized. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your Heal and Grow hair oil. And like I always tell you guys, you don't need more than a quarter size amount for your whole head. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. The last thing I was saying was that many of you are using too much oil on your hands, and you don't understand that oil is designed to be a sealant on your hair and also to slow down water loss or evaporation from your hair. You do not want, and to also lubricate your scalp and be, in a sense, a very minor sunscreen to your scalp and a blockage for the UV and UVA, UVB rays. So a lot of you are using too much oil on your hair, and your hair just can't hold up under it, and then you're creating layers and layers of oil on your hair that is creating a moisture barrier from like humidity and things like that from getting to your hair, and then you are having problems. So anyway, I just put a little bit of our Makeba Edge Control, which is not available yet, but just a little Makeba Edge Control just in a boar bristle brush to brush up those edges a little bit since I messed them up. And that's pretty much how I moisturize my hair. And then at night I would just put a silk scarf on, wrap it up, and go to sleep. If you want big curls, you can always put them in Bantu knots. That's how I can get these curls with Bantu knots, especially if you're wearing mini twists and you want to keep your hair stretched. Put some Bantu knots in and you'll be good to go. So I show you how I hydrated and moisturized my hair. I show you how I started from my scalp and used the remaining oil that was on my hands to go down the length of my hair. I also wanted to let you know, when it comes to keeping your hair moisturized, especially in protective styles, that you really want to avoid creamy leave-ins. And the reason that you want to avoid creamy leave-ins is because they can become heavy, sticky, and attract buildup. So a lot of times when you take your braids down, you'll see these little lint balls or areas where the hair is kind of glued together and there's a whole bunch of strands and it's really a big a blob of buildup. That's because you've used a creamy leave-in. Because what you don't know is that conditioning agents over time decay, and as they decay, they end up forming a tough film on your hair strands that can be like glue. And so it's hard for water to get in and break that up, and so you end up having to either cut your hair, or your hair ends up breaking, or you have a lot of excess shedding in your hair because of that. So avoid sticky leave-ins or creamy leave-ins, and stick with your water-based leave-ins and just a little bit of oil, and your hair should stay moisturized. Don't forget to drink as much water as possible and to keep your hair hydrated. The last thing I want to tell you is to, if your braids are done well enough, wash and or rinse your braids while they're in for the duration of your, like you normally would, every week or so. Wash or rinse your braids. I'm going to have another video up for you guys soon where I show you how I keep my protective styles clean. I did one a couple years back. I may throw that up here, but I think I'm going to do a new one for you to show you as well. But keep your hair clean while your braids are in. And again, don't leave them in for longer than 6 to 8 weeks. Some of you are leaving your braids in for a little too long, and what's happening is your hair is drying out from the inside out. It's being weighed down and becoming brittle by all of the product that you've used on it and the added hair that you've added in, and it's becoming dry, brittle, and when you take it down, it's falling out in your hands. So leave that stuff alone. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has been, I invite you to like this video, to comment, please, and to share with those that you think it may also be helpful for. And if you are interested in picking up a few things to help you on your healthy hair care journey and to keep your hair moisturized while it's loose and or while it's in its protective styles, then visit us at www.lovemakeba.com. Pick up our Pure Moisture pH Restoring Leave-In Conditioner, our Heal and Grow, which comes in 4 really great blends to help with healthy hair growth, sealing, and keeping your hair moisturized. And if you are on a hair growth journey, a beautiful journey like me, try our Hope Renewed, which really helps, especially those that do not have scarring alopecia. This is a game changer. All right, you guys, love you much. Talk to you later. Bye.